unfortunately, it's sometimes the ones you really like are not the ones that really fall hard, and you blink and you miss it. And certainly Monday was one of those days where you had to be kind of brave. And given that we were facing the Thursday Evergrande deadline in terms of interest rate payments, it was hard to be brave until we saw some stability and saw some buying coming in from US markets as well. So at the moment, yes, I think the idea is to use the weakness to buy as an opportunity and pick up those stocks you like. Have a decent watch list of the ones that you like, have a price in mind maybe, and then nibble away when they get there. Don't fall in love with stocks either. Sometimes, when we see this volatility, you do get extremes to the upside as well, and sometimes that's good to let loose and sell some of the ones that you've been holding for a while.
Well, Henry, I know one of the ones that you are watching is Zip. Of course, they seem to be on a bit of an acquisition trail globally. The Indian deal came through this week. Why do you like it specifically?
Well, I guess the Zip deal this week, they bought Zest Money. Well, they didn't actually buy it. They bought a $50 million US minority stake in Zest Money. And Zest Money is, I guess, one of the biggest. Well, in India, they call them EMI, which is equated monthly installments as opposed to BNPL. And EMI doesn't roll off the tongue quite as easily as the BNPL story. But there certainly is an appetite for that over there. And this company's been around for, since I think 2016, and it is emerging as one of the leaders in that space. And they have a mission to bring, I guess, financial products to the masses that don't normally have access to those financial products, whether that's because they don't have a credit card, they don't have a credit history, and of course that's a big issue in India. They have been going for a while, and they've only got 11 million active users. So in a country of 1.5 billion or whatever it is, that is not a massive penetration in a very young country. So I think this is an early stage investment, a bit like QuadPay to some extent, is they put a toe in the water of the US market before they jumped. And I think this is a similar deal. It's a huge market, and we can all do the numbers, and we can all do it's a huge market routine. And if we only get this amount of it, we're going to be massive. We've all played that game, and every company out there plays that game. But I think this does show intent to head into India. We're, of course, embracing India as part of the Quad, so I think this is going to be a developing story. And it looks like the management's got its head screwed on with the company Zest Money. So for me, it's got potential, and it kind of shows ambition and intent from Zip to be a global player at a fraction of the cost of Afterpay. So for me, it does look cheap still.
Yeah, and comparing it to some of the smaller players, I mean, does it still stand out for you in terms of their goals?
Well, I think so, yes. We've seen the takeover from Square of Afterpay. There's a number of smaller players, and I'm no doubt there will be consolidation in the sector, and a number of these smaller players may get picked off when they start to run into some trouble. And it's possible that we may see not Afterpay, Zip get picked off as well, or some sort of strategic alliance maybe. And we shall see. I mean, Larry Diamond's in the US at the moment. He's given up this country for 3 months to go and visit there. So that's a serious commitment away from a young family, which again shows ambition and intent. So it ticks a lot of boxes for me, and it does look cheap in comparison to the likes of Afterpay. So I'm a buyer of that one.